Good morning, everybody. It's time for Morning Manna. And this morning, it's all about overflow mode. Overflow mode. How many of you want to get to a place where there's just so much, you got more than enough lifestyle? That's what we're going to be talking about for the next, couple 3 days. Overflow mode. I got generosity that's just more than enough. More than enough. That's where we're going. How many of you want to join that lifestyle? I know I want to be a part of that lifestyle. Overflow mode. You better get that paper. How about that? You better get that paper. Good morning, everybody. I got a word for you on this morning. And you know what? You know what? It's a good day. It looks like it's finally going to be spring. It's been chilly. I don't know about you, but it's been a little chilly, but maybe we're transitioning for good right now. For good right now. So, how is everybody on this morning? If you're feeling good, raise your hand, wave your hands in the air just like you really do care. What did they say? From the wall to the window? Uh, Let me come back. How about that? Good morning, everybody. Got a word for you on this morning. And this morning, I really want to focus in on, for the next couple, 3 days or so, overflow mode. Overflow mode. I need to get to a place where I got more paper than I need. I got more paper than I need, and I need to do something with it. Raise your hand if you're with me on that. Let's greet some people on this morning. Let's just greet Ramona. How are you on this morning? Welcome back. How is everything? How is the family and all? I shared with the Manna fam that Ramona's father went home to be with the Lord. And so we've been lifting you up, So good morning and welcome back. Good morning, Nita. How are you on this morning? Fawn, how are you on this morning? Elder Mobley, how are you? Brother Nesbitt, how you doing on this morning? Erica, my spiritual daughter, how you doing on this morning? Ella, how are you? Michael, how are you doing on this morning? Deborah, how are you doing on this morning? Valerie is in the house. Winnie is in the house. Gerald is here as well. You know what? How many of you say, you know what? I want to get to a place. I want to get to a place where I'm in overflow mode. I'm in overflow mode. Got to get that paper even more. I'm going to talk about how we need to get there on that piece. Good morning, Jacqueline. How are you on this morning? Dawn, how are you? Pastor Richard in Monrovia, Liberia, how are you on this morning? I got you. Don't worry. I got you on this morning. Good morning. Brenda is in the house as well. Who else is here? Who's that? Cyrus. I'm trying to make that out there. Shout out. Cyrus. Let me just go with Cyrus on this morning. Good morning, Patrice. How are you on this morning? DK is here as well. That's right. Shared. You all see that? Let me leave that up there for a while. You see that? See that? All into doing it. I can't ask you that. That ain't work. So trying to shame you into sharing. How about that? Good morning, Elder Jan. How are you? Cynthia, how are you? Brianna, Bree is in the house as well. Vicky is here as well. Verena is here. Patrice is here. You know what? This morning, this is what we're dealing with on this morning. We're talking about, I don't know about you, but you can't get enough paper. I ain't talking about this, okay? If you don't know what I'm talking about, hang in there. But the fact is, I want to be in overflow mode. I want to be in overflow mode. That's where I want to be, Winifred. And you already know it. Bernice, that's where I want to be. How many of you want to be there as well? Let me just reach out for some more folk, and then we're going to get into it. Good morning, Anna. How are you? Look at here. There you go. Marie she's sharing as well. How about that? Can we get some folk? Linda, how about you doing the same thing as well? That's right. Yes, we've been lifting you up and everything for sure. For sure. We've been doing just that. So how many of you ready? I want to get into some overflow mode. How about getting that paper?
Good morning and welcome to Morning Manna, where in 5 minutes or less, you're going to get an impartation with the text, the talk, and the takeaway. Join the Morning Manna fam every weekday morning at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. Don't forget to put in the chat the revelation that you get and share the manna. Now, let's get ready to have some manna so you can make it through your day.
Here we go. Overflow mode. Got to get that paper. Here's the text. 30, Exodus 36, 5 through 7. Exodus 36, 5 through 7. The NIV translation, reading a little longer, but I want you to grab what is being said here. The people are bringing more than enough for doing the work the Lord commanded to be done. Then Moses gave an order, and they sent this word throughout the camp. No man or woman is to make anything else as an offering for the sanctuary. Wow. And so the people were restrained from bringing more. What's going on here? Because what they already had was more than enough to do all the work. How about that? What's going on here? Israel had been delivered. How many of you been delivered? They've been delivered from Egypt. They crossed the Red Sea and was now in the wilderness. And God instructed Moses to build the tabernacle, a place where his presence would dwell among his people. The people responded with such overwhelming generosity that the craftsmen came to Moses and said, "Hey, we have too much." Want to be in that position? Now imagine that, a building campaign where the pastor has to tell the congregation to stop giving. I want to get into that life. Their generosity flowed from gratitude, not guilt. It flowed from worship, not pressure, not tricking. They gave because they remembered what God had done for them. A natural response to what God had done. There's three things I want you to grab a hold of when we talk about overflow mode. One, grateful hearts give. Grateful hearts give. Stingy hearts don't. The people were not giving because they were forced. They were giving because they were thankful. Every gold earring, every piece of silver, every fine fabric represented a testimony of God's faithfulness. Generosity begins when gratitude replaces entitlement. And when you don't turn and say, "Thank you, Lord," that's entitlement. When you move on as if God had to do it, that's entitlement. Two, generous hands build. Generous hands build. Their gifts were transformed into something bigger than themselves. Always remember that when you're giving to the work of the Lord. What was in their hands became a sanctuary for God's presence. How about that? Generous people understand that what they possess is not just for personal consumption, but for kingdom construction. Put that in the chat area. It's not just for personal consumption, but for kingdom construction. Three, glad givers give to overflow. Glad givers give to overflow. The spirit of generosity became contagious throughout the camp, from front to back to front, from side to side. People kept showing up with offerings until Moses said, "Hey, we good." How about that? When hearts are touched by God, giving moves from obligation to opportunity. Joyful generosity always overflows beyond the minimum requirement. So, what do we do with this? What's our takeaway? When you truly appreciate God, you show it up with your giving. When you truly appreciate God, and He responds with more than enough. You already know it. You already know it. The Lord be with you today. May His face shine upon you. Give it peace. Share this. If it bless you, bless somebody else. Because we're on the road to overflow mode. We got to get that paper. God bless you. Bye now.